Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, General Hospital. General Hospital spoilers. Jason leaves the mob behind. Prioritizes Danny and Scout in light of Sam's demise. General Hospital, GH, spoilers indicate the dynamics in Port Charles are about to change significantly. Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, passed away last week, unexpectedly. Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, was there when everything went down and was given the difficult task of telling both Scout Quartermain, Cosette Avenant, and his son, Danny Morgan, Asher Antonizon, that their mom passed away. As Sam was the children's primary caretaker and the only stable parent in both their lives, could Jason decide to make a drastic move and walk away from the mob for good? General Hospital spoilers. Is the show foreshadowing? GH spoilers remind fans that Jason was the one who initially brought both kids to visit Sam, right after her surgery when she was alive, and everyone thought things were going to be okay. He was also the one who told the kids that their mom had passed. While Jason is Danny's biological father, he's Scout's uncle. It felt odd to some GH viewers that Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, wasn't the one to tell his daughter about her mother. Was the show foreshadowing the future? GH spoilers. Jason Morgan makes a major decision. As Drew is never really around due to the election and his business activities, plus actor Cameron Matheson is busy with other projects, will Jason become Scout and Danny's primary caretaker in Sam's absence? He likely won't be a decision maker for things regarding Scout, but he could be the one taking care of her daily and watching over her. The kids need a parent who can be there for them, put them first, and not leave PC at a drop of a hat. They need someone to step into Sam's shoes. So will Jason decide it's time to put an end to his mulled career? He may feel as if he needs to do this not only for the children's sake, but for Sam too. After all, Jason can't be a monster and be a parent, even if he simply takes on the responsibility of just Danny. Danny needs someone who doesn't have a life-threatening job. In fact, if Jason decides to step away from the mob, he may also decide to move back to the Quartermain mansion. Scout and Danny cannot be separated, especially during this difficult time. Drew won't like the idea of Scout moving into Jason's place, but will be okay with Jason moving to the mansion. Monica Quartermain, Leslie Charleson, would okay this at the drop of a hat. As Drew's schedule is all over the place, both may agree that if Jason ditches his henchman ways, he can watch over and take care of the kids. Jason has enough money to retire. Plus, his Quartermain inheritance could kick in too. As such, is he about to enter a new chapter in his story? In the wake of Sam McCall's untimely death, life in Port Charles is forever altered, especially for Jason Morgan. General Hospital spoilers suggest that her loss may push Jason to make a life-altering choice, one that could mean saying goodbye to the mob for good. Now responsible for both Danny, his son, and Scout, Sam's young daughter with Drew Quartermain, Jason finds himself at a crossroads. He has always balanced his life between danger and loyalty, but as he looks at the innocent faces of Sam's children, he wonders if it's time to leave behind his life of crime and fully embrace fatherhood. When Sam passed, it fell to Jason to deliver the heartbreaking news to Danny and Scout. For years, Jason has tried to shield his children from his dangerous world, but he knows that this loss will forever alter their lives. Danny in particular looked up to Jason, holding him up as a hero despite the dark shadows that often lingered over him. Scout, too, adored Jason, even though he was technically her uncle rather than her biological father. Sam had always been the stable presence in their lives, the one who held the family together. And now, without her, everything has changed. Jason's heart breaks as he recalls the look in their eyes when he told them. For Danny and Scout, losing their mother is a tragedy that words can barely capture. Jason realizes he can't merely console them from afar or pop in and out of their lives whenever mob duties allow. They need a full-time parent, one who will put them first, something Sam had done unreservedly. And perhaps for the first time, Jason understands that he must fill those shoes. Jason's struggle with his identity. Jason's life has been marked by his dedication to Sonny Corinthos and the mob family he considers his own. He spent years at Sonny's side, protecting him, taking orders, and often sacrificing his own well-being for the organization. However, as he watches over Danny and Scout, he begins to question if he can still fulfill that role. The reality of being a father, especially a single father, conflicts with the dangers of his life as a mob enforcer. He has seen too many loved ones get hurt or die because of his choices, and he can't bear to think of Danny or Scout suffering the same fate. Monica Quartermain, Jason's mother, has long urged him to leave his violent lifestyle behind, and she may see Sam's passing as the tragic event that finally makes him reconsider. Jason has always resisted, feeling torn between his loyalty to Sonny and his love for his family. But now the scale tips in favor of his children. They need him more than Sonny does, and more than he needs the thrill and loyalty of the mob. A new life at the Quartermain mansion. If Jason were to leave the mob, he knows that his life would be fundamentally different. No more high-stakes missions, shootouts, or late-night calls from Sonny. Instead, he'd be focused on homework, bedtime stories, and providing a sense of security for his kids. The thought is both foreign and oddly comforting. For so long, Jason has operated in a world filled with secrets and danger. But with the Quartermains, life would be steady, if chaotic in a different way. Monica and the rest of the Quartermain family would welcome Jason back with open arms, particularly if he left his criminal life behind. She has always dreamed of having her son fully return to the fold. And given Drew's busy schedule, the Quartermain mansion could be a safe and stable environment for both Danny and Scout. Scout's biological father, Drew, has been somewhat distant due to his own commitments and responsibilities. While he loves Scout, his demanding life leaves gaps that Jason might now be willing and able to fill. The children's needs take center stage. Danny and Scout have both been through significant upheaval in their young lives. Jason recognizes that his role in their lives cannot be sporadic. They need someone who will be there every morning when they wake up and every night before they go to bed. And he knows he can't be that figure if he's constantly being called to put out fires in Sonny's world or facing threats from his days with Sam when they had planned for a future together. Despite the circumstances that often kept them apart, Sam had always been a steadying force for him. She showed him that love and family could be something he fought for outside of the mob. Now without her, he feels the weight of those lessons more than ever. Sam would want him to prioritize the children. She'd want Danny and Scout to grow up in a world where they didn't have to fear for their father's life every day. A difficult conversation with Sonny. If Jason is to leave the mob, he knows he'll have to have a tough conversation with Sonny. Sonny has been his confidant, his brother, and his boss for years. They saved each other's lives countless times, and they've each made sacrifices for the other. But Jason knows that his family has to come first now. When he finally sits down with Sonny, he's met with understanding, though Sonny is clearly pained by the decision. Sonny, too, has children, and he knows the pull of family is stronger than anything else. He sees that Jason's heart is no longer in the life they once shared. Sonny acknowledges that maybe this is the best decision for both of them. One less person to worry about, one less connection that could make Jason a target. "I'll always be here for you," Sonny says, and Jason nods. They both know that this isn't goodbye, but it's an end to a chapter that has defined Jason's life for so long. adjusting to civilian life. Leaving the mob won't be easy. Jason has been in it for so long that he barely remembers life outside it. The adjustment to a quieter life, one without a gun always at his side or enemies lurking around every corner, is strange, even unnerving. He realizes just how tense he's been for years, always expecting danger around every corner. But each day, he grows more comfortable with this new life, focusing on what matters most. Danny and Scout quickly become his world. He takes them to school, picks them up, and tries his hand at being a normal dad. At first, the routines feel foreign, even mundane. But over time, he sees the joy and security they bring to Danny and Scout. Jason feels a sense of pride that he hasn't felt before, a new kind of purpose that has nothing to do with Sonny or the mob. He takes Danny to his soccer games, helps Scout with her homework, and even tries his hand at cooking their favorite meals. For the first time, he's fully present, fully engaged in the lives of his children, without the looming shadow of his other life pulling him away. Moving on, honoring Sam's memory. Sam's memory is ever present in Jason's new life. He knows he wouldn't have made this decision without her. In her absence, he feels her influence more than ever, guiding him, reminding him of what's important. He begins to let go of the guilt he's carried for the life he once led, knowing that he's making a change that would make her proud. Jason often visits her grave, sharing updates about the children, telling her how they're doing, and what new things they're discovering. He makes a promise to her every time he visits, that he will protect Danny and Scout, no matter what. He tells her that he's done with the mob, and that his loyalty now belongs to their family. Embracing the future, Jason realizes that leaving the mob wasn't just about keeping his kids safe. It was about giving them a father they could rely on, someone who would be there for every scraped knee, every school recital, and every moment they needed him. He begins to plan for the future in ways he never thought he could, looking forward to graduations, college, and watching his children grow up in a way he was never able to. Though his life is different now, it's richer and more fulfilling than he ever imagined. He finds himself at peace, no longer bound by the violent, dangerous life he once led. Instead, he's building something lasting with Danny and Scout, something that will honor Sam's legacy and keep her spirit alive in the family she so deeply loved. As Jason steps into his new role, he realizes that he's finally found a purpose beyond the mob, a purpose rooted in love, family, and the quiet strength of being a father. And in that realization, he knows that Sam's passing, while tragic, has given him a path forward.